So we know drop shotting is super effective. A lot of guys throw that on a spinning rod. They'll throw it around shallow cover, around deep cover. But there's always, man, I want to flip that same type of presentation, but on a bait caster, maybe heavier line. That's what the Tokyo rig enables you to do, right?
It does. You know, drop shotting's been around for a long time, and so is flipping. And this is just combining those two techniques and putting them into one. When I first heard of this rig, I was a little skeptical, but after being able to play with it a little bit and get my hands on it, I've been a believer. I've actually caught an 11-pound fish this year at Harris Chain in Florida, flipping grass. So it really tells you how versatile this rig is compared to whether you're flipping grass or you're reeling rock. And I actually fish this rig in a lot of different ways. Where the best thing about the Tokyo rig, it's one of those things where you can easily and simply change the weight to your application. It's all it is just a simple harness. You have the swivel, and then you have the drop down right here, and then your hook, and you can get different hook sizes. It comes in a worm hook now, an EWG, and a flipping hook. And what I'll do is I'll actually rig my weight, I guess, upwards sometimes when I'm fishing rock, because I'll actually fish it like a wobblehead sometimes, whether I'm fishing rock or I really want to make long cast and get it on the bottom, because the way this rig is designed, it keeps the bait on the bottom so much easier. And then say if I'm flipping around grass or I'm flipping wood, I'll flip the weight the other way, and that way it goes in and out through the cover a lot easier. And sometimes what I'll do is if I'm fishing really thick cover, I'll put 2 weights on there. I'll put 2 3/4 ounce weights, and I'll face them towards each other or opposite of each other, and that way it'll go in and out of the cover a lot easier.
So you've experimented with this not only around that heavy vegetation or those places that have soft bottom. That's probably the place that it's the most effective, is keeping your bait off the bottom in those silty, those maybe some tidal places that a lot of different dust gets kicked up off the bottom. This will keep your bait from dragging down in it and getting stuff on your weights because the worm's sitting there freely. But you like to throw this offshore. You'll catch fish in clear water, throwing a swim bait on it or a reeling worm on it.
That's just what's so versatile about this bait. Like actually at Lanier this year, I was fishing brush piles with a little swim bait. And so the swim bait was completely weedless, and I was able to make a long cast and reel it through there, and then I could worm it through the brush pile, and then I can continue to keep bottom contact and reel through there. And then whether you're fishing tidal water and you're flipping a little 1/8 or 1/4 ounce weight, and you're trying to keep the bait up off of the bottom, and then you're flipping in Florida and you're flipping pennywort and you're getting 1.5 ounces of weight through there. That's just what's so great and versatile about this rig. And it's so simple truly just to change the weights of this thing. All you have to do is pick any weight and what size you want and slide it on there. Then get you a good pair of pliers. And what I love to do is I love to rotate the barb all the way back so it's touching itself, and that way it is perfectly sinking. That weight is going nowhere, and there you go.
That's the Tokyo rig. Multiple ways to rig it. You've got multiple weights that you can use. It's a really versatile technique, one that you can use on a bait caster. If you don't want to throw a drop shot on a spinning rod, if you don't want to do some of those techniques with that lighter rod, if you're a bait caster person, try that out. Hey, if you're a novice, someone who's maybe getting into fishing, you want to keep that bottom contact, this is a bait that'll help you do that as well.
And even if you're an expertise about it and you love to fish and you want to show the fish a different look sometimes, bed fishing. It's one of my favorite new techniques for bed fishing because it's one of those things they haven't really seen it, and you're able to keep the bait off of the bottom, and when the fish grabs the bait, he's just grabbing the bait. He's not getting that weight in his mouth. So you're really keeping that weight clear, and your hookup percentage goes up a lot more.
Very versatile technique, the Tokyo rig. Patrick Walters just broke it down from basically the bare bones and the different adjustments you can make on it and all the techniques that it's applicable for. So get a Tokyo rig, get a bait caster, and try it out and see if you can catch some fish for you.